I didn't meet their anger with anger. I went the passive-aggressive route and just destroyed everybody. I am Khaleesi, mother of dragons. This is another episode of Game of Thrones brought to you by ESPN. This whole thing of this scheme that they hatched to install Rachel Richardson, because that's what I believe it is at this point. This is an orchestrated scheme, and everybody's in on it. They had this woman on Outside the Lines yesterday on ESPN selling this myth that, again, and we'll get into the details, particularly with these Brigham Young kids, the students there that we'll interview, that will talk about their reporting, what's really going on with this story. But here's ESPN with Rachel Richardson, a 19-year-old girl who there's no proof, there's no evidence, the game's on TV. She had no reaction. But they have her on Outside the Lines yesterday like she survived a kidnapping attempt, or that the KKK came to lynch her and she survived and fought them off. Yeah. And what someone allegedly called her a name in a crowd. But here she is on Outside the Lines yesterday.
I believe that meeting anger with anger, it just starts a cycle of more anger. As a young Black woman in America, I know I don't have the privilege of reacting all the time, or else it paints that face of, oh, you're just another angry Black woman. I felt as though responding to it in the way that I did would help the greater purpose, and that's creating awareness, and that's allowing everyone from both sides to better see the fact that we should all be working towards a common goal. We shouldn't be trying to create two sides. What I want the most out of this, one, is to raise awareness, and two, to hopefully encourage institutions such as BYU and others to start really putting in those efforts and the funds to educate the general student body. I don't want to group BYU altogether in a negative light. So I've just seen it as an opportunity to raise awareness for the fact that racist incidents such as these, they still are happening. It is 2022 and it should be unacceptable, but it still happens. And that is due to a lack of education on situations such as these, a lack of education on how to deal with people who might still be ignorant, who might be racist. You know, you have to learn how to look at someone as a person, and only that, because that's what helps you meet someone with compassion.
It's a damn commercial. They set this thing to music, man. They set this thing to music. And what I was trying to do is make sure they're spending the funds on this is a shakedown. Wow. This is a shakedown of college university. I'm starting to think maybe there's a long talk organization that may be in on this, and she's maybe got her godmother, who, you know, her Twitter feed was filled with racist stuff. Her godmother that started all this is the real racist in all of this, and it's backed up by the racist things she was saying on her Twitter feed. She's far more racist than whoever this anonymous person is at BYU, but this feels like an orchestrated scam when they're setting this woman's comments to music, and it's like a movie's being played, and she's giving, oh, yeah, I didn't want to hurt anybody. I didn't want to meet anger with anger. I just wanted to smear all of BYU as racist and paint everybody there as animalistic people that for 2 hours yelled racial slurs at me and no one did anything. But I didn't meet their anger with anger. I went the passive-aggressive route and just destroyed everybody. I am Khaleesi, mother of dragons. This is another episode of Game of Thrones brought to you by ESPN.
Yeah, I mean, she's saying two very distinct things. One is pacifism is the way of the future, right? All of our social corrections have to come in a pacifist manner. And unless, of course, you're unvaccinated, then we'll lock you in your home by force. So if you don't agree with us, violence is okay. If you agree with us, then we have to go passive.
Or let me add this one here, and this will be a funny bone for you. Or if you disagree with something the cops do, you are free to loot and burn a city. Go ahead.
Exactly. No, true. And what she's also saying is, BYU, you are one of the last institutions of Christianity, which is white supremacy. So we have to educate you on how your Christian beliefs are really leading to your white supremacy. She's not fooling me. I mean, what is this girl, 19 years old? Only the liberal left and their delusions would think that this woman could get up and fool competent black men. And this is why they don't want competent black men to lead, because we wouldn't let her say those things in public if we were advising her. And, you know, I feel for her because I have a younger sister who's at Wisconsin, which is another bastion of liberalism.
Yeah.
She's at Madison, and she's playing basketball as a freshman. And I know how impressionable 19-year-old girls are, as well as 19-year-old men. 19-year-old women are similar. But this whole thing now, in retrospect, seems more orchestrated than when I heard it the first time, especially when they put the music and the epithets that she's saying are so in alignment with the mainstream liberal establishment message that there's almost no genuineness or credibility to this.